Hey guys, and welcome back. So if you've been following my page, there's a bunch of recycled papers that are going on the retired list. So once that means they're out of print. So once your local stockist is sold out, then they're gone. I will put the link in the description below for all of the retired designs. I have it all set up in a collection, so it's super easy for you guys to find. So I will do that for you. But this is one that I have used before. I think this is a full sheet. Nope, it's not, but that's okay. This is one I've used before. This one is called Leaves. Let me just change. This one is called Leaves. So this one is one of my favorites by Lexi Grenzer. And it's so versatile. You can use this. It's an excellent background. I'm kind of sad that this is on the retired list. But hopefully we'll get something else just as yummy. So I have all these little bits from past projects. So I am going to use them. Now this little piece, I found this at a thrift store. So, and I'm just realizing I think that that's a wax on there. So I'm going to clean that up first. I washed it, but this is for my Canadian people. This is Fusion's odorless solvent. So this is mineral spirits, but it doesn't have that really harsh smell that mineral spirits has. It's odorless. So it works excellent for taking off wax. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm just going to take a paper towel and I'm going to put some of this and I'm just going to wipe off the wax. And on this piece, I decided, because it's this pretty green actually, I'm not going to underpaint this one white because I think that this green will actually work out really well as far as adding that little bit of oomph to the background. Okay. All right. Nice and clean. So I'm going to use my liquid patina to apply this, but because this is so unique shape-wise, I'm actually going to trim this paper as close as I can get. So I'm just going to score it in there so I have a good idea. Where I need to cut it. And I'm just gonna go, I've measured it, but I'm gonna give it a little bit extra so that I can always go back in and trim that after. But I don't want to be short on my paper. So I've just put a fine pencil line to cut. And now that should fit. So this handle kind of goes outside like that, or on the outside, so I can slip the paper right underneath, which is okay. Okay, make sure I am overlapping. And I can go back in and trim. So I'm going to mist this paper. And kind of stretch that out so I don't have any wrinkles. And I'm going to start on the one side and apply my paper. I'm using DIY Paints Clear Patina. And I'm going to be, this brush is probably a little bit big, but I'm going to be careful that I don't get my decoupage medium up on this little ridge here. And I'm going to want to tuck that in. My brush is a little bit fat. I'm going to pull it a little bit more. There we go. And see how the green is kind of showing through? It's just giving it a little bit extra. A little bit extra color in the background. And same thing on this side now. I'm going to mist this again and go in. I'm just pushing the bristles underneath. Making sure everything is nice and smooth. I'm going to use my felt spatula to really kind of smooth that down. It's pretty smooth because of using that misting method, but this will just get it down a little bit better. Okay, and now this top, just sandwich my paper in between my two coats of decoupage medium. There we go. I think that's going to look pretty cute. Okay, now I'm going to do this side. And same idea. So I'm going to dry this and then really make sure it's dry, and then we'll trim it all up, and then I can put the ends on. So I just got my little sanding block and I'm just sanding this edge back. And that trims it perfectly along that edge. But then this edge in here, you want to take an X-Acto knife and you want it to be sharp. So make sure you've got a nice sharp point. And I'm just going to run it right in this crease in between. Oh, it's not quite dry enough. Oh, there we go. If it's not sharp, it will just tear. like it started to do right here. Or if it's not sharp and if it's not dry, it will just tear. And now I'm just going to give it another coat just to make sure it's good and sealed in on those edges. And this time I don't have to be careful about getting any of the medium up in this edge. I actually kind of want it there now. Okay, so now we're going to fit the end pieces on. So I'm going to cut one out. And is this one going to fit on this side? Yes, it will. Perfect. I like how that green color underneath is just kind of giving it that faint through the white parts of the paper. It's giving it a little bit of a softer look versus if I had underpainted it in white, it would have been really bold, which also would have been really good, but okay, so I will just get that to dry, and then I'm going to go around and I'm going to kind of antique in these edges once I'm all done. And then we will put, I've got a bunch of little faux succulents that I'm going to pop in here. Okay, so it's all dry and I think it looks really cute. But now I want to do just a little bit of shading in the kind of these lower areas and up on the top, and maybe a little bit on the corners. And what I'm going to use is my Dark and Decrepit. And just a little bit. You don't need a lot of this when you're doing this. So I'm just going to dab my brush, and this is just an old French tip brush, and I'm just going to dab it into that kind of edge. And then I'm going to take my baby wipe and I'm just going to lightly go over that, just so that there's no, so it looks more, I'm going to zoom you in here a little bit. Nope, it won't let me. Okay, zoomed you in a bit so you can see. But I've just placed it down in that, on that edge, and then when you go over it with the baby wipe, you're just dabbing it away, just so you don't have any brush marks or anything that looks, I call it manufactured versus kind of like an organic look. And I want a little bit here on the corner. And I'm just working in small areas because this does dry fairly quickly. So that's just giving it a little bit of shading. Gives that little bit of depth. Okay, good to go. And you don't have to seal that after. It's a built-in, the patinas all are a sealer per se They have a built-in top coat, so you don't have to go in and add anything on top of that. But now what I'm going to do is I have this basket of, these are all little succulent picks that were in another arrangement a long time ago. And the arrangement was like super old and nasty and had to be tossed. Oh, I should plug in my, no, I'm not going to need to do that. So I have this floral foam, and I'm just going to kind of cut where I need it. This stuff is so messy. Perfect. So now I want to put a little bit of moss in here, so I have to get the moss, I forgot. Okay, I found my bag of moss. This stuff is so incredibly messy to work with. So I'm going to try not to make a big giant mess. But you need to let go. Let go, let go. Still a mess. So I just want to kind of spread this out in here to hide that foam, obviously. I am not a floral arranger, so don't judge me. I've got some thin spots. I think that'll be good. Okay, and I have all these fun little things that I'm just going to stick in here. I'm not gonna glue anything. Because it's not like you're tossing it around on the out the window or something, right? Oh, well now I have to get my glue gun out because I broke it. I was hoping I wasn't going to have to use the glue gun. Well, that's heating up. Try not to break this one. Now this one and this one I've painted. I painted it with Fusion and I don't remember what color that is. I think it's eucalyptus. And it worked really good because I thought I would paint them all just to kind of freshen them up, but I like that these ones are painted. It just gives a little bit of extra. I think those are absolutely perfect for this little container. How's my glue gun doing? Still cold. So once that's heated up, I'm going to glue this little bit back on there because I broke it. And yeah, I think I'm going to trim this. There must have been something on that too because I have this weird peg sticking up here. But look how cute that looks. I really like it. This is about, I'm absolutely brown thumbed when it comes to plants. this would be the kind of arrangement that I could keep alive. I can't even keep succulents alive, so this would be good. Oh, there we go. Let's glue that baby back down. Perfect. So that was a quick, easy thrift store flip. You could use any kind of a vessel, any kind of a container that you find at a thrift store, and you can decoupage it and give it a whole new life. This one I didn't even underpaint, and I think it looks so perfect. I really like this. So again, for a list of all of the retired recycled decoupage papers, I'll pop a link in the description below, so that will take you right to that collection on my website, and you'll know all of the ones that are retired. So retired, again, meaning that they're no longer in print, so once we're sold out, we're sold out. So thanks so much for watching. I'm really glad you took the time to spend this time with me, and I hope I inspired you to make over something you find at the thrift store. Thanks so much. Have a great day.